What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another market breakdown. Of course, we're marking off one of my favorite pairs, gold or XAU or GC1, whatever you are trading on or whatever you prefer to call this pair, but it is gold. We're starting off on the daily time frame per usual. I wouldn't have it any other way. We always want to start top down. Now, I do top down every single time because I want you to be able to see this, especially if you're new, if you this is the first time you're seeing the channel, that you kind of get an outlook and an idea of how did I approach this market? Why am I looking at it this way? So we're starting top down again. So daily time frame. We just broke highs on gold on the weekly. We're in the daily. We're in this bull flag, and we just started making this push down right here. Now I'm a little curious today. Where are we on our fib? Well, we hit our 50% on our fib, and not only did we hit our 50% on the fib, but we're encountering a nice support and resistance zone. Okay, so that's something that we're going to keep in mind as we're breaking down the chart. I was looking for a nice continuation, but with the engulfing that we just got yesterday, we could continue to push upwards and either continue our bullish momentum or just form a nice retracement where we start to continue down with bearish momentum. I'm dropping down into our 4-hour time frame. I have a 4-hour liquidity zone marked up right here. That's going to be our next target if the market decides to push down any form or fashion like this and then continue. If we do get that and we start to form this like descending angle, I would love to take the trade down in this area and then can take the continuation or the push. However, again, we're on the 4-hour. I'm going to do a smaller zone like this. That's just something I want to pay attention to. We're going to drop down one more time. We're going to drop down to our 1-hour time frame. We got a test of this, another test. It failed and it pushed higher, and we broke this little push, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, broke it, higher high, higher low, and we're starting to form almost a flag, like a wedge right here. So it's something I'm going to be definitely paying attention to as we're coming into the market. Now I'm going to get more clarity on this piece of structure as I drop down into my lower time frame. Okay, so let's go ahead. We have an idea now. We know that this was our markup yesterday. We had this bit of a descending where we were looking to get a continuation, which would have been a sell off of this, a breakthrough, and then get some sort of flag before continuing to push down. But we didn't get that. We got a rejection. We got this low, and then we got this. Now breaking not only that high or lower high, but that lower high, and testing, forming this double top. We moved to the US 30. Stayed in a perfect flag yesterday, never broke out. So yeah, let's clear this up now. Okay, I don't like to leave all this on the chart. Take this off. Delete this. Delete this. And like I said, this piqued my curiosity right here. So I want to get a better look at that. So we're going to get a better look at that by dropping down into our 30, seeing where we're at with this, which was we kind of got this lower low, lower high, higher low. That's immediately a shift in imbalance on top of this being in support and resistance. We broke this, and then we tested this double top and never broke that double top right there. Now, momentum and price has definitely slowed down, so that's something that we're really going to pay attention to as we approach this market today. Price is still just really slowed down. Look at the candlesticks right now, okay? Let's take this. And now I mark up on the higher time frames, but I'm executing on a lower time frame. I'm executing off the 15-minute chart because, for example, let's say that this market does want to go long, right? I can take my long position for anything above here, and then I can tuck my stop just below this trend line and this piece of structure. So there's technically two pieces of structure that my trend line can sit behind and take the impulse back above, like so. Market pushes higher, comes back, and then pushes higher again. If it does this, it stays on top of it. Not only do we do that, but we're going to stack in another position for here. Again, same thing, stop loss right behind structure, and we continue to take it higher. So executing on the lower time frame is wonderful, but you got to make sure that you're aligned with the higher time frame analysis. So as we're doing this, we are going to wait for the market to either show us its hand, which means I don't want to see this, because if I see this right here, it targets the low, but it doesn't break it, then I know that we're going to push higher. This would be like taking out a liquidity zone. Let's delete these, okay? This is coming off there. Switching back. We have this nice wedge flag that's forming right here. And this is what we would have to see for it to break for us to know that we're probably going to get that continuation to the downside. And I want to see a clear break below and then get us a flag right in this area. And as we zoom out, that's what it would look like on the hour, coming back, testing this area again, giving us this sort of structure. Okay. But I'm curious. I'm not going to give a just firm opinion on what I think the market's going to do. We can anticipate what the market might do from our experience, but other than that, it's free game. You know, we could get a fake move down here. Market comes down, tags that, immediately pushes back up, and then goes higher. And I would call it off of whatever lower high it forms off of the push down. So if it pushes down, then gives a retracement, then comes lower, I would mark that lower high, wait for the market to push back above, get us a retracement where people think it's going to continue shorter, and off the retracement, be able to place an entry and then immediately take it to go higher, giving us kind of this like inverse head and shoulders right there. Let's delete this off. Or it could, yeah, I just somewhat, for whatever reason, see it almost forming like this giant flag where it has an impulse, correction, impulse. Or sorry, y'all. Impulse, correction, kind of impulse, correction, impulse, giving us that much bigger flag. But it's the market, you know, we can just anticipate what it might do, and that's it. You know, that's really all that we can do is just forecast. Some people are against forecasting, but I'm not. You know, I like to see where the market's going. I think it's better to be prepared with a plan than to have no plan at all and not be prepared for what the market might offer. It's not that I'm drawing on these, oh, it has to come down, it has to do this. If it does this, if it doesn't do this exactly, then I'm not executing on the trade. But that's not it at all. You know, we are taking this completely unbiased. We're coming at this very objectively, and then we'll move on from there. So there's gold. Like I said, there's kind of what I'm looking at. I'll publish some ideas on gold in my trading view. So just go there and we'll check it out. US 30, as we said, we're going to go back out on our 4-hour. On our 4-hour, we just broke outside of this flag. Same thing we're kind of getting on gold right now. That's why it looks so familiar. We got this break. We came back. I'm curious to see if it just wants to just go ahead and just trickle higher. It hasn't broke down into it yet. So this flag that is formed is just beautiful. I mean, seriously, this is like a textbook flag, which kind of makes me a little curious, Like, if we look in relation to where that support and resistance is, it's just floated on top of it. There. So we could look to target these lows, just get a break back below here, and maybe even this 1 hour, then form some sort of correction like so, and then giving us one last drop down to the bottom. Or since where we're at, give us a fake out, tag this, and then immediately start to push higher, breaking this high, giving us a retracement, some sort of flag in here before pushing up. But I'm not a huge trader of US 30, but I do believe in structure in the market. And yeah, there's some good structure. The momentum has been to the top side, and this little bit of a retracement doesn't cancel out the trend. It's just a little bit of momentum in the market. It's just giving us an insight of what it might do for the shorter time frame of things, but not the higher time frame. I never got to this yesterday. I got asked to check this out. There, when it does drop, is coming there. That's our first target. And then let me take this off. And then our second target that we're going to get is here. And then our third target that we're going to get is here when it does start to break sharply to the low side. Same thing on NAS. It's just pumping. I cannot believe NAS is at almost 20,000. It did hit 20,000. That's so crazy to me. It was trading at like 8,000 in 2020, and now it's at like 19,000. Insane. Absolutely insane. Got a trend there, slight break below, but doesn't really indicate anything because we never got a break below that. It just could really form like almost a double bottom in this situation. Higher high, doesn't make a higher low, and then just continues up, making another higher high. And then therefore you could look for a trade in this area to take it higher. Let's look at Tesla. What did you do today, Tesla? Nothing. It is still sitting in the same area. Another nice flag forming. As Roaring Kitty said in that movie, it's a squeeze. I'm pretty sure that's what he called it, a squeeze. And that's a technical term. I'm not arguing or disagreeing with that. And that's on the daily time frame. Zoom out. Yeah, so pretty still. Huge imbalance because we're looking at this. Higher low. That was our higher high. Higher low. Lower high. Higher low. And then guess what? Another lower high. So I'm curious to see where this market wants to go, and I have a feeling it might want to go on up to 300 smackaronis. So that would be cool. I took my profits at 264, and you saw my trades here on Tesla. These were actual trades that I actually took. I wanted to sell at 270, but I didn't get out at 270. I got out right here, like 264, 265. My first position, it was at 1,192 points. My second entry that I had was at 866 points. And then my third entry that I had was at 910 points, aka pips. So those are just some. I was so happy with Tesla. That one almost acquired 3,000 pips for me just off this trade. And the first trade I took was in at the end of April, and then I sold at the beginning of July. Yeah, the beginning of July. So April, May, June, July. So almost 3 months, like a quarter. I held these. Um, Way over 100x on Tesla. And that's just the power and the skill set. I just want that to be a testimony within itself. If you were go to open up a Roth IRA account, if you had a 401k, if you even just invest a little bit on the side, it's so important to take time to learn the skill set, because the skill set pays you 10x when you finally get it down pat. Because this was just a position that I had watched for a year ahead of time. I waited a year to get into that position on Tesla, and in 3 months, like 200x on return for Tesla. It insane, insane, insane. And it was so worth it because I couldn't have gotten that type of return off of a Roth or a 401k. And I have a Roth and I have a 401k. I'm not saying go against those things. It's just important that you take, 10% of your income, 10% of the money that you bring into your household, you invest in yourself in the beginning to learn the skill set like this, and then take that money that you've invested in yourself, switch it over to now you're investing that 10% into an educated, risk managed position where you're not gambling away money. You're actually taking a position that you know something about, where your risk is minimized and your percentage, the edge that you built has a higher percentile of actually playing out. It's just worth it in the long run. Let's go ahead. Let's check out Bitcoin. Boop. There's a target. There's a target. And it just hit that target. And we got a break below this. So this is crucial. It doesn't say everything. Oh, sorry. Look at there. Mistake was made. Where are we at in the grand scheme of things? Where are we at? Oh my goodness. Does Bitcoin want to go higher? Title for the video? Oh, wow. Now that is a beaut. I love structure, and that is a well-structured trade. Let's look on our weekly time frame. We broke above it, broke lower, came back up. And I obviously, just right off the bat, I'm going to give you some basic market structure. We have less than a minute left, so we're going to do this quick. Higher high, higher low. Lower high, lower low. Guess what we might be forming? A lower high to then guess what? Come back down form a lower low. Or in this situation, we could just get a break back above, indicating that the market wants to go higher, wait for that first pullback, take that thing up some more if you can. But I hope you enjoyed today's market review. We are being completely objective on gold today. Objectivity is going to be where you make your money. Be open to what the market tells you. And As always, please be sure to boost this video, share it to some of the people you know if you liked it, and we will catch you back next Asia session for another market review. And look out for those published ideas. Till next time, peace.